Hey everybody, Marcus here. Just wanted to give you all a quick little update on some things that have been going on. This past Thursday, which was the 19th, I was interviewed for a podcast called the Unrefined. You can look it up. You can find it in the usual spots, Apple, Spotify, uh, Facebook. They've got a pretty well established presence, and they're doing some really good things. They're interviewing lots of you know big name people. I saw several that really impressed me that they were having as guests on their show. So you need to check them out. It's the Unrefined or just Unrefined podcast. Again, I was interviewed this past Thursday. Not sure about the air date. They told me they would let me know as soon as they got a time frame for it to air. And once I get that, I will shoot it out and let everybody know when it's going to be available for streaming or download or whatever. A lot of fun. We talked about everything from Bigfoot to UFOs, alien abduction, Nephilim, Dogman. It was kind of a Dodge City, OK Corral shootout type of thing with those guys, and they're amazing. Good Christian guys. You got Brandon and Lindsay and BT. It was just a lot of fun. Just a really cool, probably one of the most fun broadcast, interview, podcast type situations I've ever been involved in. So I think you'll enjoy it just as much as we did recording it and going through it. It was a lot of fun. I may have to do a follow up once it does air, because when you're prepping for an interview, a podcast, excuse me, you kind of think and you kind of feel like, okay, well, we're going to start here, and then we're going to move to here, and then we're going to go to this, and then we'll land off in this, and that's hardly the case most times. The things I felt like we would talk about, we barely touched on, but other things were just completely kind of off the cuff and not really planned for, not really planned to discuss, but it was fun. You have to be able to freewheel and change gears and go from topic to topic, and that being said, to me that made it a lot more fun, a lot more interesting, instead of just being kind of pigeonholed into one one corner. But I just when I was done with it and I sat back and was thinking about it, a couple of things come to mind. Again, the first thing that come to my mind was how much fun it was and how great those guys were. I mean, they treated me just so well, and it was a lot of fun. But the other thing that went through my mind was, again, we would start here, but then we'd end up here, and we were just all over the board. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well, I said some things that that we really didn't expand on and expound on, and people may go, well, what was Marcus talking about when he said this about John Keel, or when he said this about Jacques Vallée, or things like that? What was he talking about? What did he mean? Where did that come from? So I might kind of do a kind of like what I'm doing here, just a little breakdown type thing. We'll see. It may not be necessary, but some of those topics were a lot of fun, and especially the Nephilim stuff. That was pretty cool. We talked about, or I had told them about Martin Grove's terrifying encounter in the LBL, and that kind of really got their attention, because right now Martin is he's one of the hot topics out there, and every bit deservedly so. What happened with Martin back in I think it was the 80s or 90s. I think it might have been the 90s. I stand to be corrected on that. I should know. I mean, I've studied that case just big time. But that case is just mind blowing, especially when you consider the fact that he encountered dog men and Bigfoot, and it looked like they were working together. That was the the crazy thing about that. So again, there were just certain things that we kind of zipped around on, and you know, I could expand on, in a setting like this, just sitting here with you guys in front of the camera. Anyway, to wind this up, I had talked about doing a equipment gear video, and I'm still going to. I've just been busy with other things, sadly, and I've been dealing with some knee issues, which I think that's on the uptick. I think that's getting better. And today is the 22nd, and next weekend is supposed to be, temperature-wise, really cool. So if nothing goes wrong, things don't change, I may wind up, hitting the field again. I mean, I definitely need to follow up on some of the research areas I've got, and of course a couple of research areas I want to let it get just a little bit cooler. The thing is, hunting season is fast approaching, and that's going to be a big game changer. When the hunting season starts and the woods and the places are full of hunters and traffic and all that, it puts a damper on possible encounters and documenting much. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Of course, I got to be careful, because you don't want to wind up in a situation where things can really get sideways with you. But again, maybe later on today, if nothing goes wrong, I'm sure it probably will. But I do want to do a gear breakdown, because that's something that's been on my mind, and something that's kind of important. I've just realized over the last year or so that a lot of times when you go in the field and you're carrying a duffel bag's worth of equipment on your back and around your waist and on your chest and in your leg pockets of cargo pants, it's not necessary, and it weighs you down, and there's just, you're too busy fooling around with stuff, and that stuff can affect a possible encounter or sighting, or being able to document something. Because again, these cryptids are not stupid. They know what you got in your hands, and when they see stuff like that in your hands, they're going to avoid you. And anyway, I've got some new things that I will be trying, and I'll go over that with you at that point. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. I just wanted to throw something up here so that you guys would kind of know what was going on with me. But I appreciate you listening and watching. Please like this, and tell your friends about unexplainedmississippi.com. The Facebook page here, the group. I'm here to help. I'm not trying to be a superstar or anything like that. I totally care less about that. But there's people out there that are encountering and seeing these creatures and these entities, and sometimes they want somebody to talk to that will listen to them and help them. So I'm here for that, and if you guys would help me by letting people know that I'm here and willing and able to help, that would be much appreciated. So for the Unexplained Mississippi Facebook and Bigfoot group, and I may throw this up on YouTube as well just for the fun of it. But until then, I'll let you guys go. Y'all be safe out there. Watch out for yourselves and each other, and God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.